Hi, and welcome to another edition of Gray Hair and Tattoos. My name is Lonnie. I am a social media influencer over 50. That's what we're going to talk about today. I get asked all the time, how do I get into social media? I get asked all the time, hey, am I too old for social media? I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to give you my tips and my tricks on how to break into social media while being over 50. Be sure to like and follow, and let's get this started. Today we're going to kind of break it down into a couple of areas. Now, if you're out there and you're like, but Lonnie, I'm not over 50, it's okay, because the majority of these tips can be applied to you also. Social media has a tendency to be geared towards younger people, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to find your space in the vast universe that we call social media and the internet. And we're also going to talk about how to get over that fear, just that fear of exposing yourself to people out there that, you know what, some of them aren't nice and some of them are very nice. I'm super excited to share this with you, so let's get started. Okay, so you're out there and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do social media. I think it looks so much fun. I just want to do it. But you're like, what if I'm too old? I'm telling you right now, you're not. But I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to me. At first I started on Instagram, and then I went over to TikTok. The very first TikTok that I did went viral. I mean, it was pretty cool, and I had hundreds of thousands of followers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do TikTok. The first one was just kind of an accident. How am I going to do this? And I'm like, I know. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to ask YouTube, how do you do TikToks? Sure enough, the very first video I pulled up started off like this. Hi, if you're out there and you're thinking about doing TikToks and you're over 30, I wouldn't even bother with that because you're going to be too old. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? You have the audacity to say that when I just went viral? Then I kind of got upset. I'm like, who are you to tell the world that they're too old? Then I started thinking, what would have happened if I had seen that video prior to doing my first TikTok? Would I have been discouraged and not do it? I mean, so the point of that story is if you're out there and you want to do TikTok, do it. If you want to do social media, do it. You are not too old. So what is a grand influencer? Well, a grand influencer is actually somebody over 50 who are making a huge impact on social media. I had the privilege of being interviewed by CBS Mornings as a grand influencer. It's a real movement out there. I mean, there's a lot of people in their 60s, 70s, 80s who are making a big difference, and they're making an impact on social media. Could be like, you know what, yeah, I want to be a grand influencer and I want to show the world how I'm living my life over 50. And it's a really cool thing. I have a whole life's worth of experience. I have things that I've done in my 58 years that I really want to share. I want to share it with younger people. I want to be like, hey, you know what? When I was your age, I might have been a little insecure, but look, now you can have all the confidence you want. I really find it an honor to do my social media and to pass along some wisdom that I've learned in my years. How do you find your spot? And what I mean by that is, how do you slice out your own individual little piece of pie of that thing we call social media? And my tips for you for that are pretty easy. Just be yourself. Be true to who you are and be authentic about it. And let me just tell you another story. So I started my platform as Fashion Doesn't Stop at 50. And I'm like, hey, you know what, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna show all the ladies out there, all the guys out there, that you can wear whatever you want at any age. You know what, I didn't really get very good traction on that platform. So I'm like, gosh, you know what am I gonna do? I have a lot of tattoos, so perhaps I'll jump over to the tattoo crowd and I will give them all of my wisdom over there. The same thing, I did not get the best reception. I'm considerably older than most people with tattoos on social media. So I talked to Robert about it. I'm like, Robert, dude, what am I supposed to do? The over 50 crowd is not really embracing me the way I thought they were going to. The tattoo crowd really isn't, you know, responding the way I thought to. I just don't know what to do. And he looked at me. He just looked at me and he goes, I guess you're just gonna have to find your own lane. Be true to you, and that's all you have to worry about. And those words ring true on a daily basis, and that's what I want to share with you. You can have a niche of cooking or fashion or hair or makeup, whatever it is, just make sure it's authentic to you. Make sure your lane is your lane. I get inspiration from other creators, but I don't copy other creators. Find out who you are, find your voice, and then that is your key to finding your spot. So you're out there and you're like, yes, I'm gonna start a social media channel. I am feeling inspired. You're like, I know what my niche is gonna be, but I know I have to be true to myself. I know I'm gonna let my own light shine and I'm gonna shine bright. And I am just so excited. And then you're faced with the fear of actually starting it. And that is what we're talking about next. How to get over the fear of starting your social media platform. You can start small. You know what? You don't have to start off with like, hey world, this is who I am. No, if it makes you more comfortable, you know, start an Instagram. Invite your friends and your family to like and follow your account and practice with that. You can do videos, you can do pictures within the safety and the comfort of your circle of people you trust. So all your friends and your family are like, oh my gosh, your content is great. I love it. You're having fun. That's when you can go public. Now, when you go public, you basically open up your content for the entire world to see. Yes, there are some people out there who might not be really nice, but we'll talk about that's a little bit farther down in the video. But just go public. You know what? You still have your friends and you still have your family who's following you. So if somebody does make a rude comment, you know what? They're there to kind of back you up. You're not doing it alone. You have already developed your little safety net, and you've already developed your community of people who appreciate you and the content that you're putting out. I have to tell you, I am so excited for you, and I absolutely love social media. Yes, it has its difficult moments, but for the majority of the time, I am just enjoying my journey so much. Now, those were 3 major tips that I wanted to share with you, but I've got a couple more that I think are really important that I think that you need to know. My final tips. All right, let's just talk about the obvious one. And that is about all the trolls that are out on the internet. You know, maybe people who will call you names or say something mean to you. Don't let the fear of somebody saying something mean stop you from doing what you want to do. You know what? It's the saddest thing I could think of is where it would be where you deny yourself some sort of happiness just because you're afraid of somebody mean. You know what? There's going to be not so nice people out there, but you don't have to let them bother you. Now, if you're getting into social media to be a social media influencer, if you can post once a day on Instagram, twice a day on TikTok, and do 1 YouTube a month, then that's the schedule that you would give yourself, and just make sure that you can meet that schedule, because whatever you set out to do, you want to continue. You want to be consistent, all right? You don't want to be like 1 week you do 15 TikToks and then the next week you don't do any. So just write yourself out a schedule that is doable and just be consistent. If you're starting a social media account just because you want to have fun, then you know what? Just post whenever you want. Don't worry about a schedule. If the mood strikes you, post it. If you're just like, you know what? I don't feel like doing anything today, then don't do it. You know what? Your social media account is about making you happy. My last tip, and probably the most important tip, just have fun. Don't go into it with any predisposition notions of what's going to happen, because we never know. I don't know. I can sit there and work on something for hours and days and just think it's going to be just this ginormous success, and it's crickets. Then another time I can just be like, this seems fun, I'll post it, and it goes viral. But truthfully, I just say, if you have fun with each and every post, that is your success, and you will be successful just having fun. So that's it. Those are my tips and tricks for social media over 50. And like I said, you can use these tips and tricks for any age, but I focused on over 50 because, again, society thinks social media is a young person thing, and I'm here to tell you, no, it's an everybody thing. I know exactly how scary it can be, and I also know how absolutely rewarding it can be. So pick up the phone and just do it. I think that's a slogan for a tennis shoe company. But just do it. You know what? Just do it. So until next time, remember, like and follow, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye! A really important tip that I want to give you is anytime that you create content, anytime that you make something and you put it out into social media, make sure you're doing it for yourself. And when I say that, like, let's just say you do a TikTok and it's a fun dance TikTok. What you want to do is you want to make sure that A, you have fun while you're doing it, B, you're not doing it to get a reaction, and C, you're just gonna let it fly. Because what happens is if you make a video because you want a certain reaction from the internet, if you're looking for validation, if you're looking for somebody to tell you your outfit is good, if you're looking for somebody to just be like, yay, you did it, a lot of times you're going to be disappointed because you're not going to get that response that you're looking for. But if you're like, hey, you know what, I put it out there, I had fun, I feel good about myself, I liked my outfit, I'm feeling confident, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter if it goes viral. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because it just doesn't matter because it's already served its purpose. And its purpose was to make you feel good. And its purpose was to inspire you to do another one and to grow confidence. So when you make content, do it for yourself and not for other people.